Hello, hello. Welcome back to Wurm Unlimited. And I was just standing here admiring the babies. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Okay, enough of that. Let's go down and check our crops real quick. I think today we're going to go ahead and get our settlement stone up. That needs to be done. So, let's examine this, see how our crops are doing. And it says you see a farmer's field growing potatoes. Some sprouts with many blades grow here. The crops grow steadily. Okay, so we don't have to do anything to that yet. And I've got my deed stake on me, so let's head this way. I always try to put it in the same spot because I will be building a town over this way. I want to put it up on this hill right up here like I did the last time. That's kind of the central location, or fairly the central location up here. So let's go up here and get it set. Of course, I'm going to have to do a bunch of work out this way to get it ready, but oh, that's a rock. I caught that out of the corner of my eye and I wasn't sure exactly what it was. After destroying that troll den and that mountain lion den, I'm still kind of jumpy. So let's go up here. I like it right up on this hill. That way I'm kind of in between that lake there, this lake over here. It's just, to me, it's just a good spot to put one. Oh, excuse me, my nose itches. I wonder who's talking about me today. I'm just going to take a quick scan around, make sure there's nothing sneaking up on me because I don't trust it. Let's see how big a settlement I can make. What do we got over here? Aged bull, aged ram. Okay. So, let's right click on the deed stake. Settlement. Bound settlement. Alright. And this is a settlement application form. It mainly pertains to Wurm Online. I know I have explained this before in a previous episode, but it's well worth going over again. So it just says it takes you through the process of founding your settlement, and you'll be asked how large you want it to be, and if you want to buy a larger perimeter, we have no cost set up, so we can make it as large as we want to. And please be aware there is no return for purchase tiles. So on Wurm Online, if you buy your settlement, buy tiles, you don't get any money back on them unless you can get somebody to buy them from you. So I'm not going through the rest of it because, like I say, it just basically is for Wurm Online. So let's start the settlement application. Okay, the size of the settlement is step 1. This is the main settlement, not the perimeter. You can have a perimeter around that gives off a warning if anything nasty happens to be coming across, and your guards will run out and defend you. So I normally stick with the normal size perimeter, but you can have your perimeter as large as you want. Just like you can have your main settlement as large as you want in Wurm Unlimited if you don't have pay for the for the settlements and the upkeep and all that stuff. All right, you have to enter in the boxes below the distance in between you and the border of your settlement. Example 556. 6 will create a deed 11 tiles by 13 tiles. Minimum is 5. So no, I'm going much bigger. There's no initial cost to deeding here. There are no monthly upkeep charges here. That's because that's the way I have it set when I set up the game. Settlement size west. I'm going to try to go 100 and we'll see what happens. I doubt if we can do that big, depending on if there are animal dens or things like that around. It won't let you. So you just have to keep adjusting your size until you can find one that it will let you. So let's go 100 west. Let's go 100 east, 100 north, and 100 south. Now let's survey the area. You selected a size of 201 by 201. You may now move around and inspect the selected area while continuing with this form. The border has been marked for your convenience. Now there are markers, but it's so far away. I have mine so far away I won't be able to see it anyway. I mean, that's a big area. As you can see, you can't see any of the markers because they're just too far away. All right. Step 2, the deed perimeter. Please enter the number of tiles you'd like it to be. It's beyond the 5 tile. You can simply leave the number at 0 if you're happy with the 5 tiles, or extend the perimeter at a later date. You can expand your settlement deed at any time. All you have to do is come back to the marker that will be placed down when we're finished with this, and you can adjust the size. You can go up, you can go down, and the same way with the perimeter. So 5 tiles, the normal perimeter size is 5 tiles. That's 5 tiles out from your main settlement. Plus, you can add more if you want to, but I like my radius at 5. Okay, let's survey the area again. Excuse me, allergies are killing me. Let me get a swig of coffee here. I get dry when I'm reading. All right, your survey was a success. Your deed size will be 201 by 201, and the perimeter will extend beyond the border by 5 tiles, including the required 5 tiles. The name and motto may contain the following letters: A through Z in small caps and A through Z in large caps. And you can also put an and in there, and you can put your whatever. You just can't put an and symbol or an at symbol or a number symbol or something like that in there, something strange. It has to be pretty straightforward. So, what am I going to name the settlement? Hmm. How about something like Safe Harbor, maybe? Because this is a safety area. Yeah, I like that. Let's do Safe Harbor. Okay. Okay, there we have Safe Harbor. A settlement motto. A settlement like no other. Yeah, that's generic, but I like it. And you also have a choice to make this a democracy or make it a permanent settlement. I do not do democracy. I mean, it doesn't really matter on single play like what we're doing, but if you are playing with other people and you set up your settlement as a democracy, that means the people can vote. And they can vote you out of your settlement. You could lose it all. So if you are contemplating playing multiplayer, do not set it as a democracy unless you trust everybody that will be in your settlement or on your world. Because, I mean, I've seen people come in and completely take over a settlement and you're out. That's it. Game over. Everything you've worked for, you've lost. So please keep that in mind when you are setting up your settlement. This will be a permanent settlement. And I am going to select Freedom Isles as the kingdom because I like Freedom Isles. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the other kingdoms. I mean, there's Jen Kellon is good. I mean, Mal Rohan is okay. Horde of the Summons. You know, you could pick any of them, but I just like Freedom Isles. For me, the uh, guards that I'm going to hire aren't as scary or as weird as some others. I mean, yeah, they're still weird, but the other ones, some of them really get bad. So we want to save the name. And I have reserved the name Safe Harbor. It gives the settlement size, which is 201 by 21. I've selected a perimeter of 5 tiles plus 0 additional tiles for my boundary. I have finished the deed process. Please note that in the mayor changes kingdom, for some reason the settlement will start disbanding. Oh, please note that at the mayor changes kingdom, if the mayor changes the kingdom, for some reason the settlement will start disbanding. That means you can shut down your settlement and start it up someplace else if you want to. But if somebody comes in and changes your kingdom, it'll do the same thing. Do you wish to hire guards? For Safe Harbor, you may hire up to 50 guards. And I'm going to take every 50 of them, every one of them, because I'm going to have such a large area. The only guard type is heavy guards. There is no cost for hiring guards here. How many guards would you like to hire? 50. Okay, let's save the number of guards. All right, check your settings and found your settlement. Okay, that's all the things we've filled out. I've got the right size, 201 by 201. I've got my perimeter at 5 tiles plus 0. I've hired 50 guards. And the maximum number of citizens, including guards, is 3,672. So, me and the guards, we're not going to take up much of that. The maximum number of branded animals, you can brand your animals in the game, is 3,672. We named our settlement Safe Harbor. The motto is a settlement like no other. The settlement is an autocracy. However, I can't talk this morning. Start City. The settlement will be a start city. The start kingdom will be Freedom Isles. And we can, to allow KOS or highways, use the settlement settings after founding. What they mean by that is you can set up highways with stones in them that give directions, and you can have people on or AIs on carts that deliver things to you. If somebody orders something from you, you can have them delivered by using a highway and things like that. But since I'm by myself, I don't really worry about it. That's a fairly new addition to the game, and I haven't really checked it out that much because I never use it. Alright, let's see if the settlement will go through. Found settlement. Hey, it did. I guess those 2 dens were the only ones I had. That close anyway. Congratulations. You have founded and become the mayor and first citizen of Safe Harbor. The deed to this settlement has been placed in your inventory, and if you have hired any guards, they will no doubt be here as soon as they can be. Now, it does take a while for them to start spawning in. Then they'll spawn in 1 or 2 at a time. You can change the size of your deed and its perimeter if you wish, as well as hire and fire guards using the tools attached to the deed token. There we got Spirit Templars. Remember to keep money for upkeep, which we don't have, so yeah. Where's our Spirit Templars? I think I'm standing on the token, so let's move away just a little bit. They've probably already run off. Yeah, there's one of them. As you can see, I guess there's more than one standing there, but they'll take off in a minute. But these look kind of like ghosts, which I would rather have. There's some of the other kingdoms that have ghosts that kind of float above the ground with a wisp of a tail thing, and I just like these cards. But there goes one. And they just kind of disperse and go protect your boundaries. But anyway, since we don't have any upkeep, we don't have to worry about that. Good luck, and may the gods look over you with kindness. The Lords of Wurm. Alright, let's finish. And there we go. That is our settlement token. First thing I'm going to do is come over here and see if I can reach through these guards. Right click on it. And come on. There we go. I'm going to go down to bank, and I'm going to click manage. Okay, I'm going to open my bank account. Right now I don't have one. I can store very few items in this bank, but you can store a lot of some of your very expensive items that you absolutely don't want to lose in here. You can sell pelts and things like that from animals you have killed on here to make a little bit of coin. Uh, don't really need it right now because I haven't got a shopkeeper or anybody like that set up or a trader set up yet. I will do that eventually, but it's going to be a ways down the road. But if you do happen to run across a dead animal, take a knife and skin it, get everything out of it you can, and then you can bring it over here to the token stone and you can sell it. It says you can only have one bank account, but you may move it. A bank account will currently not move items between servers, but your money will be available. If you move your bank account from this token stone to, say, somebody else's across the map or whatever, if there's mainly multiplayer, it does take a while before the changes take effect. So do keep that in mind. Your money will move over there eventually. Your items won't. You have to take your items with you. But your money will move over there, but it just takes a while. It will take 24 hours for it to move to another settlement. So like I said, it'll take a while. You have to start the move from that settlement token. Note that some items decay and may disappear inside the bank account, although slower than outside. It will, however, be possible to rent a stasis spell to be cast upon the item in the future that will prevent decay. Now, this is old. Because now, once you have a settlement and anything inside the perimeter of your settlement, especially on single player, it won't decay. Do you wish to open a bank account here? Yes. Let's send that. Okay, we've got a bank account. So we can go down to bank, we can manage, we can withdraw money, or we can, if you buy something from somebody and you need to pay them, this is where you can manage payments to them. Or if they do work for you, which is multiplayer again. You can do reimbursements, you can do economics. Excuse me. I can change this tile to a lawn if I wanted to. Here's your settlements, things where you can. You can add to upkeep, which we don't need to do since there is no upkeep. We can check the area history. We can disband the settlement and move someplace else and start another one. We can find where our guards are. We can get info on the settlement if we want to. We can manage citizens, give them titles and different things like that. If you need somebody to help you, say, be the master carpenter or whatever, you can do that. Or if you want them, give them titles. You can manage your guards here, hire, fire your guards. We've got the maximum amount of guards here, so don't really need to do anything with that. Manage politics. That's more if you're a democracy, which I don't worry about. Reputations, I haven't ever messed with that. Roles is different things that for your citizens to handle. You can manage your settings. You can here's where you resize your settlement. You can show a village plan. you can have your settlement history again. Let's show the village plan. And that is how the village is laid out. You've got the perimeter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. As you can see, it goes a long ways, and it will show you all directions. All you have to do is just kind of take your little scroll thing over here, and you can scroll all the way over to there. I've got a lot of water in mine, which can't be helped. As you can see. But I have a lot of land too. But it shows every square in your settlement, which I think is kind of neat. There's more Templars coming in. You can tell I don't see them anymore. They're just kind of going every which way. And we have finished with the settlement. I can move the settlement. I can turn it. I can push it a little bit. I can move it to the center. You know, pull it. I like it where it's at. So yeah, you can do a lot of these. Just go through and read it yourself. But this is just where you do all of your settlement changes. And your bank. And now if I have anything, I've got a couple of the guards still standing around here. But if you do have a creature on your settlement or on the perimeter of your settlement, anywhere, any of the tiles that you have taken up, the guards will go and attempt to kill them. I think the last time I set up a settlement, I had some sharks out in the water somewhere and within my settlement, and they went out and killed a couple sharks. And down here in the chat, you can hear them talking. I like to keep mine on local, that way I can see if they do run across of anything. If something does happen to make it onto my settlement, an alarm will sound and you will go into lockdown until that creature is killed. But I thought that was a good thing to do in this video. I know it wasn't much, wasn't anything exciting, but we do now have guards, so I feel safer. Like I say, up in here, we will be starting to build a town. Back over this way, on this shore over here, we will be extending this out and flattening it out, because this is where my boat builders will be, things like that. I will build my ships and put them over here. When I build all my boats, my ships and things like that, they'll be out in this water. I'll have my dock, and I will start to build a road around. I usually go around that way, and I build a road around this way, I just think it looks good and it's a way to kind of get around the property. Now, I do own property on the other side of this. Not much, but I do own some on the other side of this, which is pretty mountainous. I don't think I've ever been over there to see what's on the other side of the hills. I get a boat. Maybe we can do that. That might be interesting. If I think it does, let's see. Yeah, that's north. That's off to the west. So off to the west would be interesting. I have been this way quite a bit. I've been just about every direction except that way because the water's there and I haven't ever built my boat. Now I have been this way quite a bit and it does get pretty mountainous. Of course, we did get to the world by coming down through here, up here. So that way is our soul stone. And if you watch the first one, then you know that that is pretty mountainous down by it. But yeah, I think with that, I need to do some more mining. Try to find an iron node so we can get that going because we are going to need some iron. We need to start building us a little house to start with. Maybe right over in here would be a good place to put our first little house. I don't want to put it back over here because that is just too hilly. I had a heck of a time getting that the way I kind of wanted it. But down in here might be a good place to put a little house. That way we're close to our animals. But we need to get a cart made. Because once my horses get a little bit bigger, they can start pulling my cart. And I'll be able to carry a lot more things. So I have big plans, and this is just the beginning. Now that we have our settlement set up, we can really go to town. And since I set my skills fairly high to start with, we shouldn't have too much of a problem doing anything we want to do. But there's one of our spirit templars. That's our guard. Got some still hanging around. That one over there. So they're kind of hanging around. Some of them. Most of them have taken off for. Okay, he's going that way. Very nice. Okay, I guess this is going to be the end of the episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. It means a lot to me and it does help the channel. If you didn't like it, it's okay to hit that thumbs down. But please leave me a comment telling me why you didn't like it. That's the only way I can make improvements on my channel is to be told. I mean, in the comments, if you have any tips, tricks, suggestions, ideas of something you want to see me build, questions, anything at all, please leave me a comment. I will answer. I do answer every comment I receive. Excuse me. Subscribe if you want to see more. I mean, I've noticed some people like watching this old lady play. Why, I don't know, but I guess I'm doing something right because I am getting more subscribers and I do so appreciate it. It just blows my mind every day when I check and see that I have gotten a new subscriber. I really love it. I go running to my old goat, which is my husband. We've been married almost 50 years, so I have the right to call him that, but I go running to him every time and tell him that's just how thrilled I am when get a new subscriber. Tap that notification bell if you want to see when the next video is posted. I try to do 2 videos a day, one in the morning, one late afternoon, uh, and I'll tell you I have a little surprise this afternoon. I have received a key to a game, my first key, so I'm excited to bring that to you, and that will be done this afternoon, or late this afternoon. Depends on what time my husband wants to go to lunch today, so after we eat and get back, then I will sit down and I will enjoy playing this new game. But anyway, enough of my blathering. Oh, before I forget, one more thing. Please look under my description. I have a set of links there for other content providers that are putting out great content. All kinds of games. Sure to be something there that you're interested in seeing and learning about. So check them out if you get a chance. Let me know what you think about them. See if you saw anybody you liked. Most of them are people like me trying to get started. And with that, I've got to get off of here. So everybody have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.